Hi, everybody. This is Jazzy of Video Store Sasquatch, and we are here for Horror Night in the Cave. We went with a movie a little lesser, definitely lesser known title from 2008 called Otis, directed by Tony Krantz, starring Boston Christopher as Otis Broth, Ashley Johnson as Riley Lawson, Alina Douglas as Kate Lawson, Daniel Stern as Will Lawson, and Jared Kuznets as Reed Lawson. Um, the cast of this is spectacular. How they got all these people together, especially the couple of notable guys like Kevin Pollak and Gier Burns. That's crazy. If you look at Tony Krantz's lineup, he's really good. A serial killer kidnaps Riley and tortures her, but she gets away and her family takes revenge because that is the theme for this week is revenge. We open with the first Kim here. The first Kim, we're introduced to Otis, and basically the situation is Otis takes these girls. He wants to live his high school fantasy through these girls, so he's going to basically act like they were dating, and then he's gonna take them to prom, and then they're gonna, have sex. And she has to watch him play football too. That's another big thing with this. It's kind of really funny. And basically, we end up finding out that Kim is Otis's brother's sister or brother's wife, and he sniffed the crotch out of her panties, and that's why he's not allowed in the house anymore. And his brother is Kevin Pollak. Like I said, there's just a pretty good amount of actors in this movie. And then we go to Riley alone. She's in a room and she's dancing, having fun like any teenage girl would. But she's being recorded from outside the room. It's made to make you to think that's Otis, but it ends up being her brother, which is another little funny. That's like with between Otis and her brother, we see like how a serial killer starts and where the serial killer ends up because Otis really loves everything that his brother does for him, and basically worships his brother here and just loves Kim. So that's how we get that, and her brother is filming her all the time. We end up finding out after she gets kidnapped that he has like thousands of pictures of her on her laptop. So that means there's just kind of a little creeper stat with her brother, which is her parents call out after Riley says something to him about being recorded from outside in a bush and with his buddy. It's just a whole weird thing. The door rings during all the stuff. Like I said, that's where Otis meets Riley here, and Riley tips him a buck, and he like smells the buck. He like loves her now. He's all in love with it. It plays the soundtrack to this movie is definitely good old school rock and roll, and like just the soundtrack alone. If you just played it with just the soundtrack, took away the dialogue, you just enjoy this movie because it's a really good soundtrack. Kidnaps Riley the next morning. And the cops, like I told you, immediately start to like question the brother because why the fuck do you have so many creepy pictures of your sister? I don't know, but at first, she's very defiant with him, and she pretty much starts, and that's when he starts just beating the fuck out of her. Eventually, like any person would, she starts to warm up to the fact that she has to do whatever Otis says. So she is now Kim, and this is the first time we see the FBI agent who's Gier Burns, who plays just this bumbling, fucking inept idiot who's like just a douchebag, but you like him, and he's from Justified here. That's just how I know him, and yeah, he's in other stuff. He's a really good actor. He's a really good bad guy here. He's just kind of a neutral person here. And anyways, Otis calls the dad and pretty much is like, I want permission to fuck your daughter, but he's saying it's Kim, and this is the back and forth, and all through all this, like I told you, she started to gain Otis's trust. She started to get like little stuff here. Eventually, Otis is moving her into a room, and his brother comes home. And when his brother comes home, there's this like flashing light in the side here that we see. So as that happens, she takes advantage of the situation. He doesn't fully lock her back up, and she actually gets to escape. And he doesn't realize she escaped because as soon as his brother left, he had left because he was late for work, and that's why his brother was there. So she gets out, she gets to the family, and the family's like, "What the hell?" They go back to this place here. When they get back to the place, the brother's there, Kevin Pollak, and they just torture, kill the brother. It's all taped. They cut him up, send him through the thing, just like Otis would. Um, Mistaking him for Otis, obviously. And all this happens, and Gier Burns comes back to him, and he's like, there's videotape everywhere of that place. And they're like, oh, really? But what happened was it just wasn't set or whatever, and it was just set for recording. So the FBI just has this family torturing this fucking dude. in this dude in the serial killer's basement. Just think about that. It's pretty funny. And then eventually the brother just orders a pizza and shoots a guy when he shows up. We don't even know if it's Otis, to be honest, because the movie kind of just ends after that. I love this movie. The minute it came out, I was at Blockbuster, and I like to think that they have a map of like radiation or like all this. That our little area here where I was at had this like number one seller Otis for like a week or two because I would literally tell even more stubborn customers, I'd be like, I'll give you a free rental if you don't like this movie. I never gave away a free rental from this movie. People enjoyed it. I got a lot of people to rent this movie, and I really liked it. It was really good, and then the people that did, like I said, when they did rent it, they watched it. They enjoyed it. I never had to go out a free rental. It's a dark comedy. I love dark comedies. It's so funny. And I think the more twisted the darkness of it, the more I like or the more I enjoy and laugh. So that probably tells you something about my sense of humor here. And maybe if you watch this movie, you'll understand it. This wasn't one of those movies where you're expecting like a huge. This was one of those movies that this is before streaming, so this is literally a movie that went straight to DVD like it used to back in the day. And then I actually had to pay for this on Amazon. I didn't even think I was gonna be able to find it. To be honest, I didn't know what studio did it, who was involved with it, or anything like that, or if it even have copies around. Because a lot of these movies that were like separate single studios, it's hard to find on Amazon. I was able to find it. It was cheap. It was exactly what I expected to pay for it. It's a very good movie. Please check it out if you can. I mean, let's bring this movie back. Let's get a little resurgence for this movie because this is definitely a forgotten movie. I don't ever see people talking about it, or I don't ever hear people talking about it. But if I like, maybe like when I'm in like a really good mood or something like that, I might bring it up. But even I lost this movie into time because it was 2008, so about 20 years ago. You know what I mean? So we're getting there to where the time is at. So maybe a little revival of this movie. If you see this review, would be cool. Have a good rest of your night, guys. Have a good day. Have a great week. Thank you very much for watching, and please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment your top movie picks for Throwback Thursday in the comment section, and see you next time in the cave.